Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the live stream. We did just go live, failed attempt to go live, so we are back in action. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, altcoins, Dogecoin, Ethereum, the whole crypto market, as we are seeing the market take a turn to the downside. Smash that like button on the way in. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Don't forget to answer the poll in the chat and of course engage with us. Let's see some good mornings in the chat. Let's see some wag me in the chat, right? We're going to make it, guys. It's all going to be okay. Now let's get into it.
Wow, this is incredible. Driving through the future.
All right, guys, again, thank you for joining us today. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. So we just watched earlier, we watched the press conference on the government shutdown. And are we seeing a forced capitulation? Are we seeing, think about this for a second. The government shutdown has lasted for how many days now? It is October 15th. The government shutdown has lasted for 15 days so far. Why did the government shutdown begin right when everybody in the crypto market, because right now crypto is hot, okay? This year, the whole entire year, cryptocurrency is hot, okay? It is. There's haters. The haters may say I'm wrong. But crypto is hot. And, what are the odds that the government shutdown has been going on for 15 days and everybody in the crypto space was expecting October? You know, there's the government shutdown, which is holding back key economic data from the Federal Reserve to make its interest rate cut decisions. Even though we are seeing, we're seeing the quantitative tightening coming to an end. You know, does that mean we're going to experience quantitative easing? I don't, you know, we don't know for sure, but the fact that that Jerome Powell yesterday did come out and say that they plan to end or ease up on quantitative tightening in the coming months is a good sign. We do have expected rate cuts still ahead, expected, you know, cryptocurrency legislation to be passed still ahead. We have a lot of bullish factors, but, you know, is what we're experiencing right now in the market as obvious market manipulation, but is what we're experiencing being forced? Been the plan, nothing invalidated as of yet. Greenfingers, good to know. Good to see you in the chat. Greenfingers, Ben Smets, what's up? I'm at work, so I won't talk. That is okay, my friend. I appreciate you still showing up. And Ty Stu, first in here this time. Of course, we had everybody here last night, and I apologize I wasn't able to go live last night like I had planned. But we are here this morning, and we are looking at the market. And Bitcoin, right now, breaking below key support levels. Ethereum also breaking below key support levels. Ethereum is losing 4K as we speak. Okay? I mean, I say losing. Take that with a grain of salt. But it has lost support. You know, we are still holding, barely holding 4K right here, right? Barely holding 4K, guys. Okay? And, you know, I don't really know if we will see it hold 4K. At least in the short term, right? At least in the short term. Guys, if you're just joining us, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to smash the like button on the way in. It really helps us and helps us reach more people here on YouTube. So I do appreciate you guys showing up today on this beautiful day, by the way. You know, it is a beautiful day. You know, the crypto market might look ugly. It might look nasty right now. But it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Good day to be grateful to be here, you know? Good day to be grateful to be here. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, News Rush. Welcome. Fake out or breakout? Well, that is why we are here, my friend. And again, Deadwood, I hate to hear that about your dog. I really hate to hear that about your dog. A lot of us out here, we know how it is, man. Dogs are like family. You know, even more so than cats. There might be some cat lovers out there that would disagree. But my opinion is dogs are more like family than cats. So I feel for you, man. I have not actually had a pet, a dog in a while. You know, but I have had many, many dogs that have came and went. And it is a sad time, especially if you have to watch them suffer. So I really feel for you, man. And I appreciate you being here. Alexander G, good to see you here in the chat this morning. Good to see you. So I've been looking at Bitcoin and I've been trying to determine, you know, are we going to go sub 100K? Are we going to hold support? Are we going to fill out the liquidation wick? All very good questions, right? All very good questions. I do have a scenario here, guys. Again, as it says in the description of this live stream, we are going to analyze the best case scenario and the worst case scenario for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. Okay, so we are going to take a look at both cases. You can be prepared either way by being here. And trust me when I say this, we have been doing this for a little while. You may not have ever seen this stream before. You may have never even seen this channel before or this community before, but we have been doing this a long time. So if you are watching the replay, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, guys. So Bitcoin right now has been really testing key support at $110,000. And we did slightly for a little bit. We lost $110,000. And remember, I have been saying all along that Bitcoin is going to need to hold $115,000. it's going to have to get above 115,000, guys. That's a key level for Bitcoin to hold. And really, I say 115 just because 115 does make more sense, but really, guys, it's this level here. It's this $114,800 level that's really going to have to hold. Bitcoin needs to get up above there and stay above there on some major time frames, or, you know, there's a good chance that this ends up looking, let me get rid of Michael Saylor here. It's a good chance that this ends up not looking so good, guys. Okay. You know, as in we might see the price of Bitcoin go lower here if we continue to show weakness and continue to lose key support levels. So we have to keep our eyes on this. We really, now is not the time to relax, okay? Now is not the time to, you know, the time to relax was back when you were buying up shit coins at lows and watching them just pump like crazy, you know? That's the time to relax. Now is not the time to relax. Now is the time to really lock in. You know, as much as I don't want to say it, the top is likely near. Now, whether it is the end of this year or Q1 of next year, it's still near. Think about how quick a month goes by, guys. Time is just flying, okay? Time is flying. So we really have to think about what our strategy is right here, okay? And this is a huge mistake that I think a lot of people in crypto make. A lot of people in crypto, especially if you are new to crypto, if you've only been in crypto for one cycle, right? Let me know. Have you been in crypto for 1 or 2 cycles? Drop a 1 in the chat if you've been in crypto for 1 cycle. Drop a 2 in the chat if you've been in crypto for 2 cycles. If you've been in crypto for more than 2 cycles and you're still here, I commend you. Now, drop a 1 or a 2 in the chat. Let us know how long you have been in crypto. Me, I have been in crypto for 2 cycles. Well, 2018, so I got into crypto right after the 2017 bull run. Unfortunately, I did not learn about Bitcoin until after 2017, but I have still been in crypto for 5 years or more. 7 years now. Carla, welcome to the channel. Tito, welcome to the channel. Still here since 2017. OG in the chat. I appreciate you commenting. Pre-Binance US, back before we had the US version of Binance. Okay, I see you, Deadwood. I see you, Deadwood. So, guys, we are still, you know, no matter how long we've been in the space, a huge mistake that new people to crypto make is not planning ahead enough and not having an exit strategy or an exit plan, you know, and we've got to really lock in on this, because as much as, you know, some of us may not want to accept the fact that the top could be very close, we need to be prepared for if it is. Okay? So, you know, we have got to lock in, folks. And the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to look at the longer term time frames and look at, you know, and I know that that a lot of people say that you can't use prior price history to determine the future, but guys, for as long as I've been in crypto, the trend has continued to stay the friend. Until the trend is broken, we continue to follow the trend. Okay? And right now, Bitcoin's long-term trend has not been broken. Okay? Bitcoin's long-term trend has not been broken. But there is something that we have to pay attention to and we have to really think about. What is your plan for profits? Are you just going to hold through the next bear market, or are you going to secure these gains? Don't sit here and watch your portfolio just crumble. Okay, you have to have a plan going forward. Now, I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen. I'm going to talk about where I think the price action is going to go, and give you guys my take on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. and Solana. I think I'm going to look at Solana because, you know, Solana is one of the only coins in my portfolio that has held decently strong during this market manipulation. Okay. And I'm going to call it for what I think it is. You guys may not think so, but I think it's blatant market manipulation. We have got rid of all the over leveraged people, right? We've unfortunately for them, a lot of people have gotten wrecked, but it's something that I think happens every Bitcoin crypto market cycle. I think every Bitcoin crypto market cycle, we have the over leveraged, extremely over leveraged positions get wiped out at some point. Greenfinger says the stream keeps freezing for others or just me. Please let me know, guys. Okay, so we're good. Okay, thank you. Oh, if I hear word of technical issues, I freak out. I have a phobia. I think I have PTSD from streaming at this point. I shouldn't say that. People with real PTSD have. I take that back. But yeah, I freak out when I think we have any kind of technical problems here. Guys, thank you for being here. Really, thank you for being here and supporting the channel. Dimitri, hello, my friend. Tito, thank you for commenting as well. All of the new people that have commented in the chat, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. What's up, BitConnect? Only the true OGs know about BitConnect. What is going on, Dimitri? Ben Smets, thank you as well for being here. News Rush, thank you as well. All of you guys that are commenting and engaging today, this morning, good morning. Thank you. I hope you have a great day today. Today's a good day. It doesn't matter what Bitcoin or Ethereum's doing today. It's a great day to be alive no matter how much money you have in your portfolio or how much money you have in your pocket. Every day, every single day, is a great day to be grateful to be alive. You know, we have people that literally took their lives over these liquidations that happened, okay? And it's disheartening to hear about, you know. Nobody should ever feel that way. Nobody should ever feel like, you know, just because they lost their money. Like I told you guys before. I told you guys this before. I could make millions and I could lose it all. I'll just get right back up and start grinding again. And that's what you have to do. You cannot give up. You got to keep pushing forward because, you know, there is no easy way out. There is no easy way out. Whether it's crypto trading or just life in general, there is never an easy way out. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're clocking into a job or whether you're going out and becoming an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter. There is no easy way out. The only thing that's easy is sitting back and doing nothing. But that's not a way out. That's a way into way more troubles and way more trials and tribulations. So I prefer the latter. I prefer the other option. Tito says, marked safe from the liquidation, but feel sad for the degens who lost. You know, I do too. I do too as well. Ethereum losing 4K, guys. Is it going to really lose it? Gosh, the fear right now. What is the fear and greed index? Hold on. Because, guys, the fear is high right now. And, you know, we should always be buying the fear. We should always be buying the fear. Oh, again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. We are pushing it. We're trying to get to 12K, man. Okay? We are trying real hard. We're trying real hard to get to 12K and bring this community up from the ashes, bro. Up from the pits of the prior bear market. Literally, guys. Okay, again. What was I? Let's see. Ah, that's right. Fear and greed index. Apologize, guys. One sec, because you know we are. I mean, this is just. Oh, let's go back to the hourly here. I want to see if this plays out for Bitcoin. You know. I mean, we got a nice, beautiful downtrend. I'm going to bring up that fear and greed index. I just want to see what the fear is at right now. If anybody else already has that pulled up and knows, please let us know in the chat. What is the fear level at right now? You know, Bitcoin right now is coming down to that support. And I just want to reiterate how well these levels played out that we talked about, okay? These these levels played out beautifully, guys, on Bitcoin. You know, even Ethereum played out nicely, right? We did come down and bounce off of the box. We could not hold this support line. And I really need to zoom out to make sure that's lined up well. But Bitcoin also played out beautifully. As you can see, we came down very close to the support from back here, which I did draw a line in. And I did mention if we did not stay in this box, we would likely dip down to the prior support. And we then jumped back up. And the wick actually touched the box. So we could not get back above that previous support right here. Could not get back above 113,600. 113.6K holding Bitcoin back right now. Holding Bitcoin back right now, guys. Jeremy, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. What should you buy right now? I mean, right now, there's a lot of discounts. There's a lot of discounts. What to buy? What altcoin? What cryptocurrency to buy today? That's a usually not such a tough question to ask. But you know what? I would say, in my opinion, I would be buying. Now, I did ask CryptoX earlier, should I buy BNB or Aster? But I am buying Chainlink on the dip. I'm buying Solana on the dip. I should be buying more Ethereum on the dip. And, you know, I might even add to Python Network, but I think my Python Network bag is pretty tight. I am holding that thing because, you know what? I am, okay, I don't know how to say this without sounding, you know, my plan going forward is obviously I'm going to be very cautious. I'm going to really be watching to see, you know, how the markets are reacting to all this turmoil going on. And again, I consider it mostly just blatant market manipulation. But I'm going to be going forward. I'm going to be trying my best to pinpoint exactly when bear market is confirmed. Okay. And I really think that the time to take profits and sell is going to be before the bear market confirmation. But there is no way to know when the top is going to be. Now, I have my ideas and I have my price targets, but there's no way to know when the top is going to be. But there are some pretty serious bear market confirmation indicators that we can go by that tell us exactly when the bear market is confirmed and when we should not be expecting any more higher highs or new all-time highs. That's going to be my go-to confirmation to get completely out. And then wait DCA in to the bear market. But again, there is no way to know when the exact top is going to be or where the exact top is going to be. I have projections, I have ideas, and I have analysis that can give us, you know, pretty good projections. But again, you cannot go by this alone. There is no way for anyone to truly know when the top is actually going to be in. So with that being said, always do your own research, do your own analysis, compare your analysis. And if you aren't learning TA yourself, if you're just going to YouTube and watching people do TA, you know, it's okay to do that, I guess. It is okay to do that. But you're going to need to have, you know, something else besides that in your playbook, right? You can't just rely totally on a YouTuber's TA or a market analyst TA. You're going to have something in your playbook besides that. So with that being said, what is your go-to? What is your go-to indicator? Is your indicator an influencer, or do you do TA yourself? And what coins are you guys buying? You know, are you guys buying these dips? Are you getting scared out here? Are you sitting with your, you know, sitting on your hands? What are you doing right now? What is the plan going forward, guys? Ethereum losing 4K, guys. I'm gonna zoom in. We're gonna jump into ETH here. Let's jump into ETH, and we will jump into Bitcoin as well. I'm going to get a fresh chart for Bitcoin as well. In this chart, we can just go ahead. Definitely, guys, let me know what you guys are buying in the chat right now. You know, this... gosh, I can't help it, man. You know, I tell you what. market crash or market explosion. Okay, let's see what we can determine here, because I can't help it. I see something that I don't think we should ignore. Okay, I don't think we should ignore this. I'll give you the bullish and bearish case scenario, but I'm going to tell you right now that the weekly time frame for Ethereum is, well, I'll explain it. There's a couple of things that can keep us from going down below 3K. You know, and if a couple of these things do not work and do not keep the price from ETH, for ETH from dropping down like this, then we're definitely going to see sub 3K. Okay. And, you know, at some point, when is the top end? You know, when is the top end? Like I posted on X earlier, guys, you have had so much time this cycle, so much more time than prior cycles, right? Think about it. You know, ETH's last all-time high right in prior cycles, I can't help but think that, you know, this right here is the same thing that we're in now. It's just been extended more, you know, than it was here. I can't help but feel that where we are at is still on the cusp of a parabolic moonshot. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to give you the bearish case scenario because we have to be prepared for if the top were to be in for some reason, which I'm gonna explain. Okay, look, let's talk about this, because look, I gotta get prepared for this, guys. Hold on, because I'm about to give you some juice here, folks. Okay, I see something right now that I'm looking at that is going to be serious. Okay, this is serious, guys. We could literally be on the cusp of the next massive parabolic run. Okay, and I'm talking Ethereum to 8 to 10K. Okay, possibly 20K. And I'm about to show you exactly why I think this. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly why I think this. And it's actually, it makes a lot of sense. And you will think it makes a lot of sense too after I get done explaining it. I promise. Okay, and oh, sorry about that. One sec, hold on. All right, we're back. Now, let me get into this, because I'm not kidding. Okay, let's see if I can do this in an orderly fashion to where you guys will stay in the loop here. Because I have to admit, while I do have great analysis, I do have great TA, sometimes I do have a little bit of a problem, you know what I'm saying, explaining things, and I apologize. I apologize. I know I don't know if it's ADHD brain. I don't know what it is. I have some issues sometimes with, what do they call it? I don't know. When you are throwing up your words? There's a saying. I don't know. I see what I mean? I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. But anyways, let's see if I can do this without confusing you guys. So we're on the weekly time frame for Ethereum, and right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to determine whether or not the price is going to do something similar to what it did here and here. You know, is it going to do something similar to that? That's what we're looking for. Okay, are we going to get a continuation to the downside like we did before? Every time on the weekly, Ethereum crossed below. What is it, guys? Say it with me. I'm telling you, this indicator is killer, bro. And I haven't seen a lot of other analysts really talk about it. But the LSMA moving average, right? LSMA, which is also the 25. Okay, so it's also the 25 moving average, but it's the least squares moving average instead of your typical just SMA or EMA. This is an LSMA, and this is my go-to, man. My go-to on the weekly. My go-to, and if we look at it here, right here, right here we crossed below it, tried to get above it there for a continuation up, but couldn't, got rejected, so we came back down. So again, we still got rejected by the LSMA right there, right? Still got rejected by the LSMA. Again, what is happening now? Right? We can't ignore the fact that the same thing is happening here, right? We got rejected by the LSMA, rejected by the LSMA, rejected by the LSMA. Every time the rejection happens on the weekly Ethereum chart, Ethereum drops. Ethereum drops. Now, again, our liquidation wick was what, 3,455 to be exact. But if we do not hold the 50-week moving average, which is at approximately $3,800, okay? If we do not hold the 50-week moving average at approximately $3,800, which is coming up, right? We are already at 39.73, right? If we do not hold the 50-week, we are coming down. Now, will it be similar to this time? Are we going to see this? I mean, $2,500? Is it coming in the coming weeks? Or wait for this, guys. Deadwood, I will wait till you get back, man. I'll wait till you get back. We will keep an eye on Bitcoin. I'm going to wait till you get back because, this is the bearish case, right? And the bearish case makes a lot of sense, okay? The bearish case makes a lot of sense. It honestly, when you look at this, the only thing that is different here is the fact that Ethereum is now resting on previous resistance. So that is the only thing that's different right now. And this previous resistance from the Ethereum price is also aligning with the 50-week moving average. Okay, so this is going to be my bullish case, and I'm going to go ahead and okay, I'll go ahead and zoom out and talk about this real quick, because while the bearish case scenario makes sense, because every time the price has looked the way it looks right now, below the key moving average that I use religiously here, every time it looked this way, we did get more downside. It would make sense to see this happen, right? That's what we feel. That's what I feel by looking at this chart. But if we go back to the previous bull run, Okay? If we go back to the previous bull run on the weekly time frame, here is something that we should be paying attention to. Now, what is interesting is, what is very interesting about this is the fact that, you know, this was the previous bear market, okay? And then we have our phase of consolidation here. But, you know, we had our bear market. This feels just, this right here, all of this crap right here, okay? What happened? You know, what happened? Where are we at in the cycle? What I think is happening, honestly, and I'm just an average Joe. My opinion really don't mean shit, does it? Or does it? But what I think is happening is we are definitely seeing the market extend. Okay, the gains are less as time goes on, but the cycle does seem to be getting longer. You know, like the bear markets seem to be getting shorter. Look, and I could put up a time frame. You know, I could put up a time frame to check here, but we can see here, you know, this bear market, you know, the bear markets are getting very, look how long this price action has just extended out here, right? Every other time we've had parabolic curves, you know, and this has just been a straight line out. So it's a much different right now. And that's another reason I don't think that we're done yet. And here we go, back to the Ethereum chart, because I want to talk about this. And we have, Haven, that's a good point. I'll get into the chat here with you guys here in just a second. But, you know, we should actually expect it to be different this time. We've always, every single cycle, we've always thought it's going to be different. We always thought that's going to be the breakthrough year. You know, that's going to be the breakthrough cycle, the breakthrough moment for Bitcoin and blockchain adoption and cryptocurrency adoption. But think about it, guys. The real year is this year. It was this year. Crypto legislation, crypto bills getting passed. Pro-crypto, the most pro-crypto president ever, after having a non-pro-crypto president forever. Just my opinion, but, you know, we've already been since the end of since the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023, we have been in, I mean, this was consolidation, I suppose, right? We were bear market, consolidation, but this is bull run territory, except for what the heck, you know? What the heck? Because previous cycle, we had our same type of consolidation, bull run. So this time, 2024 did not play out the same. So the cycles are definitely changing. But now we still have the 4-year aspect from the Bitcoin halving. But is that also going to start to change? You know, we just have to really take all things into consideration at this point. A lot of things happening this year that we have only dreamed of in the past, you know? ETFs launching. Crypto legislation passing. It's massive what is happening. It is massive. So let's talk about this and my reason, my bullish case scenario, my ultra bullish case scenario. Okay, if you're a perma bull, welcome to the stream. And if you're not a permabull, a plan to get your illusions crushed. Okay? Here is my ultra bullish case scenario. Okay, so where we're at now in the current price. This is Ethereum. We will look at Bitcoin as well, but right now, where we are at in the current price for Ethereum is almost identical to where we were in September, October of 2020. Okay? Okay? Let me explain why. Look at this. And it's just simple stuff. It is really simple stuff. There's only one amazing difference, right? There's only one amazing difference. And that is the fact that we are currently right at previous all-time highs, right? Right at it. Already put in a slightly newer all-time high. And back in September, October of 2020, we were still, you know, about 300% from previous all-time highs. Now, why is this area in the price action very similar to exactly 5 years ago? Let's talk about it. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Maybe I'm on to something, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm on to something, maybe I'm not. But let's look at this. Oh my goodness. I think I am. I'm getting myself excited. And you know, the only thing, oh, and it's even better, right? It's even better. Okay, hold on. Hold on a minute. Okay? Hold the hell on a minute. Bro, I think I'm on to something. Oh, I think I'm on to something. Gosh, bro. Does this not look awfully similar to this? Okay, and then we came up, back tested the breakout, came up, back tested the breakout. Okay. Okay, that's not the only thing though. That's not the only reason. Okay, so the yellow moving average here is the 50 week. The blue is the LSMA. And then we've got the red is the 200 week. The current price action is sitting right in between the 50 week and the LSMA, just like it was here on this dip, right? And remember, I am typically bearish if we get below the LSMA, but the 50 week holds us up. And look what we did in 2020. Look what Ethereum did in 2020. And you know what's crazy? This is where I bought my first Ethereum. Wow. This is where I bought my first Ethereum. I did. Because I was buying too many other coins. I'm not going to say shit coins because I was buying good coins. But in 2018, 2019, I was buying Chainlink, Tezos, Algorand, Cosmos, Atom, among other altcoins all through this area here. I mean, I was buying at the perfect time. Wow. The only thing I regret not doing differently is buying more Bitcoin and Ethereum. I bought too many altcoins and not enough Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys. And I will never make that mistake again. I know the plan going forward. I know the plan. But this right here is something serious. Okay, so look. We are at a critical moment, guys. And I'm not kidding. This is a very critical moment. Okay? Because in order for this go around to play out the same way this one did, then the weekly time frame is going to have to hold and close above this trend line, above 3,800, preferably above 4K, but absolutely above 3,800. And if it doesn't, then it could turn out differently. But guys, and you know what's crazy is this was, of course, right after the other crash that we had, you know, but it looks too good. It looks too good. I'll tell you this right now. Right now, where we're at is right here. Okay, literally above the 50-week EMA, or the 50-week moving average is yellow here. So as long as we stay in between the LSMA and the 50-week on the weekly, as long as we can stay here, right? As long as we can stay in this range between between the 50-week moving average and the LSMA. So as long as we can stay in between those and see the price start to go up, then we are in good shape. We are actually in good shape, guys. It's only going to get, you know, worse. It's only going to get very bad if the price of ETH drops below the 50-week. If we close below the 50-week on the weekly, that would be extremely bearish. But if we hold the 50-week moving average and we stay in between it and the LSMA on the weekly, then I think what happened in 2020 and going into 2021. And you know what that means, guys? You know what that means, right? That means the bull run would last until December 2026. I don't want to be the guy to scream it and say it, and you know, but oh my goodness, doesn't it just seem that way? Let's put a line in here. Let's just go ahead. December 2026, right? And I just want to No. There's no way. There's just no way. Right? Right? I'm crazy, right? There's no way. There's no way. By July of next year, there's no way, bro. There's no way we're going to go up that high. Right? We're already close to all-time highs. Previously, we were not. So there's about a 300% difference there. There's about a 300% difference. About a 300% difference. So $12,200. Correction in 2020 was September, the end of September going into October. And this time it was more leaning into October, right? Okay, so, and then, you know, we've got 20,000 is lining up right, okay, in July 2026 as well. 20K is lining up right with this. And these were all the previous highs, and we have three previous highs here touching. Okay, so listen, guys. While I don't think that we will go to 40,000, I swear, I don't want to be the guy, but I swear to you, everything seems to be pointing to this cycle going into 2026. I mean, think about it. Think about where we're at. In 2020, in August, September, October of 2020, it was right before we had our parabolic run to all-time highs. Okay? And everything that I am seeing is lining up perfectly with this. So what am I going to watch for? I'm going to watch for Ethereum holding the 50-week EMA, or the 50-week moving average. Okay? We hold the 50-week moving average. Oh, and then okay, so we're going to watch for ETH to hold the 50-week moving average. And as long as Ethereum holds the 50-week moving average, as soon as we break the LSMA on the weekly, guys, it is freaking go time. Okay? Go time. As soon as we break the 50-week LSMA, it is absolutely go time. Wow, I just got myself excited, okay? You know, Mr. RIP, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Good to see you guys. I do want to get you guys in the chat. I need to pull my chat up over here so I can see it better. I mean, we just did all this TA live on stream with a blank chart, and I got myself excited. I'm not going to lie. I got myself pretty excited here, guys. Everything seems to be pointing for Ethereum to be on the cusp of a parabolic run. It all lines up and looks very similar to October of 2020. And I do feel like what's happened with these liquidations and everything is it's either an attempt for them to get in at extremely lows before we run, or it's their attempt to force the price below the 50-week moving average, to force these prices down below critical levels that will send us to Valhalla. Okay? They're trying to. Now, I don't think that they're trying to push them down to make them go down into a bear market, though. I really don't. I think they are pushing the you know, of course we have the big reason, of course, is over leveraged positions. And you know, it makes sense that this cycle we've had more over leveraged positions than ever before, and we've had the biggest liquidations than we've ever had before. So it only makes sense. It only makes sense that we are literally on the cusp of a parabolic run, and everybody is scared shitless. So even more confirmation that we're on the cusp of a parabolic run. You know, like I have to even remind myself sometimes, guys, you know, we have to stick to what we know, and you know, don't fall for the fear and for all the fear mongering and fudding and everything. You know, don't fall for all that, because I even catch myself sometimes trying to fall for it, and then I get into the charts, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, let me look at the chart real quick. You know, I be watching the news and shit, and Green Fingers will tell me he's gonna hate on me for this probably. but I'm be like, I hypocrite. But I swear I'll be watching the news and getting myself all, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then I pull out the chart, a nice fresh blank chart, so that we can have fresh new ideas. Because we got fresh new price action. And guys, what have I done? I have created the masterpiece Ethereum chart. Okay? I've created the unbreakable Ethereum chart. Now, I don't have a support line drawn in yet down here, but guys, we can put that in. Okay? But this is my theory. And, this is all brand new. We literally started with a brand new fresh chart. A few of these levels and everything, of course, we have some things memorized, but for the most part, I just noticed this myself live on stream. In regards to the LSMA, the 50-week moving average, and the comparison from 2020. I just noticed this myself, and maybe some other people have noticed this already, but I'm not sure that, I did, compare the 300% difference from the previous cycle, right? And I used that to justify why I don't think we will go to 50,000. Okay. I have to put a little justification of why we're not going to 50K. But and that is because, there's a 300% difference from where we broke out in 2020 and from where we're breaking out now from all-time highs, right? There was a 300% difference, and we're already there. So I took that into consideration when putting this in. And the $20,400 target, I mean, it just really, I really like this. When trading challenge starting. And yes, I do trade in Bitcoin. We do need to look at Doge. I have not looked at Bitcoin or Dogecoin yet, but I do plan to do so. I may have to take a bathroom break here in just a moment. I don't like it. I like the support though. I do like the support. But more importantly though, I like how everything is lining up and setting up just like before. Just like before we went parabolic. Where did my chat go? I apologize. Amato, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that very much. Very much. And hey guys, thank you for being here and thank you for engaging in the chat today with us. Really do appreciate it. I really hope that you guys will, you know, spam the hell out of the chat right now, because we are 100%, in my opinion, we are on the cusp of a major move. Major move. Now, I got to go use the little boy's room, okay? I will be right back, folks. All right, guys, quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. We will be taking a look at Bitcoin and Dogecoin going on into the second half of the live stream. All right, guys, we are back, and let's get into it. Turn that music down just a hair. Sec. Red finger. We need a red finger emoji. All right, guys. So, we are absolutely in some unruly territory, man. It's you know, this is the moment. This is the moment where so many people will miss such an amazing opportunity. You know? I mean, there's so many people So many people that are going to get scared. They're going to flee. You know, they're going to flee the market. I hate crypto. Crypto sucks. I hate crypto. I'm never buying any more altcoins. And as soon as they hit that sell button, bro. As soon as they hit the sell button, do you know what's going to happen? This right here. That's what's going to happen. As soon as you hit the sell button, my friend. As soon as you hit the sell button. I'm not kidding. As soon as you hit the sell button. I mean, I don't know. Bro, as soon as you hit it, this is going to happen. Now, I will say, all right, this is it right here. This is it. So look, we have to, okay, when the price action on the weekly gets in between the LSMA and the 50, that's it. When it loses the 50, as soon as it loses the 50-week moving average, it dumps. It dumps. If it can't stay above the 50-week moving average, it's over. 50-week moving average is everything, man. It literally, it's the 50-week moving average. Is literally it's literally what carried us up the bull market, right? Well, it and the 50 week and the LSMA both carry us up the bull market. And right now, the current price action is right in between the 50-week and the LSMA. I just can't help it, man. Pool's all dried up. What's up, Strega Heart? Good deal, Deadwood. Good deal. I'm glad you guys were able to do that. Guys, thank you for being here. I already know you all have hit that like button. I am going to be moving on to Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Crypto ETFs just flipped positive. Oh, no. No, we don't, Strega. No, we do not, Strega Heart. I think that was Rice God. I'm pretty sure that was Rice God that would always be in the streams saving clips. Bro, what is this music? All right, bro. Here we go. Here we go. So look, man. This is it. This is him right here. This is him. The big one. Okay? It's the big one, guys. Oh. I'm getting excited. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting excited. Because, guys, I mean, the setup is, perfect right now. Oh, for sure we can get the 1 minute on the screen, man. Right? Let's see where the ooh, one very big difference, guys. The MACD on the weekly is scary, bro. And that's a pretty big difference, right? Let's see where it was back here. Oh, you know what? Look. Hold on. Hold on. Look at where the MACD was. Look at what the MACD did back here before we went parabolic in 2020. The exact same thing that it's doing now. Exact same thing, right? Let's see. Yeah. Exact same thing. Might be, yeah, we're just slightly above the bars. We're just slightly above the bars. I mean, exact same setup, man. Exact same setup as 2020. Man, I just want to say thank you guys, bro. Y'all been here since like back here, right? Y'all been here. A lot of you guys have been here with me since back here, right? Back in 2020, man. Way back. I just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all. And please, I would love to know your feedback, right? I would love to know your feedback on my TA. What do you guys think? You know? Like, what do you guys think is going to happen? It ain't been that long, Green Fingers. You ain't went gray yet, Green Fingers. But no, guys, I really do appreciate it. Like, I mean, seriously, some of you guys have been here since before the last bull run and still rocking with me. through all the hard times, man. Still rocking with me. And I appreciate it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the TA. I mean, seriously. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm batshit crazy? Do you think I'm batshit crazy? Alright, guys. All right, we got to get into Dogecoin. We're going to have to get a new poll in the chat real quick. Oh no, Deadwood. I hope it's not. I hope it's, say it ain't so, man. All right, ETH. This is it, man. This is literally the make or break moment. We're gonna have to really watch it for what it is, because if Ethereum and Bitcoin, we need to look at Bitcoin too, guys. Oh, it's Bitcoin dominance. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so moving on from Ethereum, I'm going to pull up Dogecoin. We got to pull up Doge. That's nasty. That's pretty nasty. Jeez. Bro. Absolutely disgusting. Well, we can say that the measure move to the downside played out, right? For sure. Oh, you know, this move, honestly, a move down to 18 cents would have been really called for right there, right? Asymmetrical triangle set up on the daily for Dogecoin. Asymmetrical triangle set up for Doge, and then, you know, you would have fulfilled the measure move to the downside. Even down to 16.7 would have been the measure move, right? But, man, not that 9.5 cent wick. Oops, sorry about that. Oh my goodness, I might be screaming at you guys. I apologize. If I was screaming at you, I do apologize. But that 9.5 cent wick, whoo, now Dogecoin right now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just, I think I want to start fresh. Let's get a fresh, this is pretty fresh chart, man. It's a pretty fresh Doge chart. Yeah, I kind of like it, actually. We definitely got it going on, man. I mean, with the channel we got going on here. Ooh, so, man. You know, I feel like it's going to be a little bit harder with Dogecoin. Ethereum, Bitcoin, the price action is very, you know, it's looking so lined up from 2020 that it gives us a lot of good reasons, you know, to expect what we expect. But Dogecoin, on the other hand, is just, it got decimated by that liquidation dump, man. It got decimated. Oh my goodness. You know, 9.5 cents. Who would have ever imagined 9.5 cents? But Dogecoin now has lost 20 cents. I will say, if this holds, you know, that's where the candle closes are on the daily. And honestly, this channel is playing out. So I really am looking for it to, you know, see what we can do, if we can form an uptrend after that massive wick. Let's see if we can keep from filling that back out, right? Let's see if we can form an uptrend. that'll get us back to the top of this channel so we can break the hell out. So, you know, the price to breaks, this, you know, we got, I mean, technically, you know, honestly, technically, if we just forget about that, forget that wick even exists, you know, if we could just erase that from the chart, that'd be cool. Can we just erase that? Because if that wick was not there, then we still put in a higher low on the daily. Candle closed. The candle's closed at a higher low. So we've been consistently putting in higher highs, higher lows on the daily, right? We just have to forget that this exists, okay? And really, there really is, from a technical perspective, as long as we've made it back up above this major support line, major bull market support for Dogecoin, right? Major bull market support for Dogecoin, we've made it above that. So now it just needs to hold this and get us an uptrend going, right? We just need to get an uptrend going, and we might not do it. We might have to wait. It might have to come back down some, consolidate some more here around 18, 19 cents, right? Get us a good healthy bottom formed, right? And then form an uptrend and see if we can't break out of that channel, right? And then we could begin our move, right? Then we could begin our move. Granted, we're not going to go to $70 Dogecoin, but whew, sounds good though. But by all means, you know, $1. I really think Doge will go much higher than $1. I do. I still do. And you know, until we actually go into a bear market, I still think Doge will go much higher than $1. Once things really kick off, I think it will. Unless we go into some kind of just all out freaking nah. No, not going to happen. Just not going to happen. You know, I mean, there's too much. I mean, there's no way we will ever even. I don't think we'll ever see. You know, we didn't think we would ever see 9.5 again. Probably. Well, I don't know. 9.5 is pretty close, but you know, lowest possible support. Doge, there's just no way. Not at this point. So what we need to see happen is we do need to see this support hold though, right? We need to see the support of that channel hold at 17.8 right there, 0.178. I mean, that really needs to hold. Right around this area needs to hold. And then we can be thinking about whether or not we're going to form a nice healthy bottom here. And, you know, I don't know if we might get them a nice V-shaped. We didn't get a V-shaped recovery off of this, right? Doge, we got a bounce. We got a recovery. We got a little relief bounce, right? There's no V in this though, right? I mean, you might, I don't know. No. What is that, a W? A U? It's not a V. So, but, you know, if we look at what's going on right here, could we just be consolidating for the next leg up? Maybe we get a leg up off of this and we get back up into support areas, but otherwise I think we'll come down. We'll have to consolidate more and form a bottom, and then we'll get a push up. But the big resistance to break is going to be that channel resistance. Ethereum looks like it's trying to get a little push here. Maybe we can stay above 3,800. 3,800 is definitely going to need to hold. So let's see what we're doing, because we're right at it. I mean, we're at 39.95 right now, but we were just getting close to 3,800 levels. Doge holders are buying dips. Is $1.60 by 2026 realistic? Woo! Let's go. Let's go. Are you buying the dip? Are you buying the dip? Is alt season still coming? 54% have said yes. Are we still going to get an alt season? We've got 17 likes. I appreciate it, guys. I mean, I do still feel like we should be doing better than this, but something still seems off. I don't know if it's firewall, maybe firewall issues. I don't know, man. I did have a firewall notification pop up when I opened my streaming software. I don't know. But we've done pretty good, and I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you, Deadwood. Appreciate you guys. Haven Peck, I appreciate you as well, my friend. Swapping some POS earnings into World Liberty. It's been hammered since public release. I had some World Liberty Financial and I got out. I got out right now, and I might regret it, maybe. I don't know. But I've got the coins I'm holding, man, for the rest of this run, and I'm going to hold them. I'm going to hold on for dear life. I'm going to hold on for dear life. My BidFi account should be loaded up soon, and I'll be able to get some trades going. I've been kind of in the middle of getting some money moved over there, so Here we go. 3,800 incoming, man. I mean, if we don't find us a nice little spot near 3,900, here we go. It is it's coming, you know? It's coming. 39.63.97. Bitcoin still holding 110. $110,472. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Don't forget to smash the like button on the way in. Greatly helps and it's appreciated very much. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. And join us here. And join us on our journey into this wild crypto market. What a wild ride it has been. Deadwood, thanks for giving away that channel membership. Monero Pero. Monero Pero. Welcome. Thank you, Deadwood. I appreciate you, bro. on the liquidation, on liquidation day, we have to name that liquidation day. It's going to go down in the history books, man. But there will be more. There will be more liquidations. There will be bigger liquidations in the future, most likely. And, you know, I mean, I can't really talk on being over leveraged, you know. I use some high leverage sometimes, I admit. I guess most of the time. I should probably cool it down. We got 18 likes, bro. Can we get it to 20? Maybe? Can we get it to 20 likes? 20 likes. Still, there is something not right. But it has been a good stream, though. I appreciate y'all. What happened? Baron Day? Oh. Baron Trump Day, huh? Come on, Bitcoin. Thanks for joining us, S. Dojin. The old back. I gotta get up. I'm gonna have to stand up. Ooh. All right, guys, I'm not going anywhere. If the stream glitches, I'm not going anywhere. Welcome back, Ben. Welcome back, Ben. Welcome back, guys. Come on, support. Can ETH get back above 4K? Can Bitcoin get above 112? Okay. What is going on, GG Monopoly Man? Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Smash those likes if you have not yet. Thank you guys for being here. What a close call. Ooh, can we make it? Can we make it? XRP, I hold some XRP. It's not one of my go-tos. It's not one of my go-to coins, but do I hold some XRP in my portfolio? Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. If you want to trade on BitFi. Use the link in the pinned chat. Get up to $1,000 deposit bonus. Pyth Network and Chainlink. Honestly, I Chainlink is the OG Oracle, of course, in the space, but I really believe, after doing a little research on Pyth Network, I really do believe the two combined are an Oracle powerhouse. Let's go, Bitcoin. Speaking of Binance, I've got my eyes on XRP, GG Monopoly Man. I got my eyes on XRP as well. I sure do. Come on, ETH. Let's get it. Current low 39.30.94. Dogecoin is at support. Needs to get above 20 cents. Yes, sir. Deadwood, Ben Smets in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Can she rise? Oh, oh God. I apologize. I didn't mean to cough on you. Dang. My bad. My bad, guys. That was terrible. That was my bad. On the struggle, man. On the struggle bus. Yeah. We are, man. After that massive crash, I mean, we might be on the struggle bus for a little bit. But that's okay. Because the big picture, man. Ooh, that big picture. It sure is looking good. And it just looks, it's just so good. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. Anybody new to the stream, new to the channel, I'd love to hear it in the chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry for coughing on you. Terrible manners of me. Terrible. Honestly. I'll remember to cover my mouth next time. Okay. This is the big test, guys. We are at the make or break moment. It is the ultimate back test. The back test of a decade. I mean, it sounds a little much, but it's true. It is true. The back test of a cycle. Oh, it is. It truly is. And here we go. Here we go. Thank you guys for being here during such an epic moment. Don't forget to answer the poll in the chat, guys. Do you think alt season is still coming? 49% have said yes. But the no's are right behind. Is alt season still coming? I mean, ETH is below 4K. What is your opinion? Can ETH get to 5K, Deadwood? Can we see ETH get to 5K? I mean, I do have a $20,400 price label up here on the chart. I do it, and only because it makes sense, though. Only because it makes sense. I mean, I'm being honest. It truly makes sense, or I would not have it on the chart, you know? I mean, yeah. Maybe I'm just one of those, what do you call them? I don't know. What would you call me? What would you call me in the chat? Name me in one or two words. You know, it's hard to think about, you know? It's hard to picture. It's hard to imagine Ethereum at $20,000 or even $12,000. It's hard to think about that. But, you know, at some point back in the day, when Ethereum was, you know, chilling down here around $123, $3,900 was hard to imagine, you know? I mean, even the top here, you know, we're at the previous top and this was the bottom. So it's right there. You know, we can't rule out. We can't just rule out, you know, something that looks like it makes a lot of sense technically. We can't rule that out just because of what? Because of fear? We can't do that. We cannot do that. Ethereum all-time highs. They're coming. They're coming. Ethereum all-time highs are coming. Bitcoin is already, I mean, Bitcoin has really had a fabulous run already. You know what I'm saying? If Bitcoin didn't go higher than 130,000 this cycle, I'd be okay with that, really. But I think it could go higher too. I think it could go higher too. But Ethereum for sure. Ethereum hasn't had its Bitcoin moment, you know? Ethereum has not had its Bitcoin moment yet. And we have too many bullish things coming. We have too many bullish catalysts coming, especially, and you got to think about this for a second. And that goes back to my, you know, when we were talking about how the cycles have been changing over time, you know, it goes back to that. We have one of the most bullish presidents in history, right? One of the most bullish presidents in history ever. So, why would we not expect this to happen? Why would we not expect the bull run to go in till, you know, go on in till next year? Now, I don't know if we'll go all the way to December next year, but, you know, July? What is this music, bro? What is this music, bro? Okay, maybe it's not that loud for you guys. I hope not, because it's freaking me out. I know it's close to Halloween, but geez. What is this? Hold on, listen. Listen, y'all. What is happening right now? Y'all. What is happening right now? I don't know. It's growing on me a little bit, to be honest. It's growing on me a little bit, but I can't do it. I can't. I can't do this, y'all. I can't do this, y'all. That was rough. That was rough. I don't know what that was about. News? Well, Um, Actually, yeah. I mean, nothing, you know, nothing that, we haven't heard before, man. But I mean, there is some news. We got the billions in Bitcoin seized by the DOJ from massive pig butchering crypto scam in Cambodia. And, we got a couple of other things, too, that I was actually, I totally forgot about this. But, totally forgot. Yeah, U.S. charges Cambodian executive in massive crypto scam and seizes more than $14 billion, $14 billion with a B, in Bitcoin. And, that's pretty interesting, That is pretty interesting. Considering how much Bitcoin the U.S. government holds. And, I don't know how I feel about that. Because he also is, talking about coming up with their own technology for tokenization. So I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about that. Are we near the top of Bitcoin's 4-year cycle?
I know you.
Are we still going to have a 4-year cycle?
I'd love to go to, but thank you for coming up. And I have to tell you, it is very exciting for me to be having this conversation with you. I love what you're doing on Spaces. I love what you're doing with the conversation. I really want to get into it, but I want to give the audience 2 minutes. Give me just tell the audience who you are and kind of how this all happened to you.
Sure. Thank you. Well, thanks for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and shout out to Yahoo for giving us this amazing production. Yeah, man. So Wolf Bitcoin kind of jumped onto the scene. Wolf Financial was actually a 4-year-old company at this point, a media company. The goal was to drive honest, raw conversations we weren't seeing on TV, and really getting nitty gritty with the retail crowd. And that's what it was on X. And so we had retail people coming together on X Spaces, which are like radio shows, and people just come in, they call in, they can jump on stage and have these discussions back and forth. This platform grew to be something absolutely enormous, and incredible business were built from it.
And it is enormous, I have to say. It is enormous.
It is. And so many people have joined the conversation to the point where we noticed, and I've had the pleasure of being able to speak with people like Hester Pierce up in Washington, and I asked her, I'm like, hey, how do you stay up to date with what's going on the ground? And she says, oh, you guys do all the work for us. I listen to your podcasts. And I was like, oh my God, they're listening to all the shows. They're listening to the live conversations because we'll have people on from these places. And so we have a really, really cool, unique spot. And so we've built this for the last 4 years. Wolf Bitcoin's about a year and a half old. I came on to build that. And that was basically what he did with Wolf Financial, growing this big brand for the stocks and for the traditional finance, now for the Bitcoin world. And so we built Wolf Crypto for about a year and then rebranded to Wolf Bitcoin when we realized there's a big difference here with Bitcoin and crypto. Such a big difference. It was almost... we couldn't not rebrand, and so we had to split. We did Wolf Financial, and then we have Wolf Bitcoin, Wolf Cryptos. We have a few different aspects of the company now. So it's a big media conglomerate is what I would call it, and it's been a lot of fun building this out the last couple years.
So just to tell the audience, because I think it's very important, because you are a relatively young man, and you started in Bitcoin. How old were you?
It's about 4 years ago is when the whole journey started. Bitcoin really in the last 2 years-ish.
Okay, and you were how old?
27.
Okay, you were 27.
27 now.
You're 27 now,
yeah,
so you were 20.
Yeah, I was right out of
25.
college. Yeah, just getting out of college when I was getting into the investing world and really found a home in the crypto and Bitcoin world in the last few years.
And in that short period of time, you've just rocked it. I'm just so amazed as I sit back and I watch what you're doing. I think it's amazing. So you should just hear that right up front.
I appreciate
am just in awe of what you've done. So let's talk about this for a little bit, right? So you often say that you're a Bitcoiner first. So talk us through what that really means and how does a Bitcoin investor differ from, say, maybe a broader crypto investor?
Yeah, definitely. And this is probably the part I was leaving out in the beginning, just to provide some context with the Wolf Financial, Wolf Bitcoin brand. And so now I'll kind of dive into a little bit more my philosophy with the investing.
Go right ahead.
And so because we have all these conversations, people come in, they want to buy treasuries, they want to buy Bitcoin miners, they have all these ideas of what they want to buy. For me, I was more thinking, where are the wealthiest people? Where are they thinking about putting their money and how do they think about it? And I realized over time, The reason people were starting to dump enormous amounts of money into Bitcoin, but not Solana, maybe not Ethereum, this is about a year ago when I was finding these out, they were just picking Bitcoin. And I said, what is it about Bitcoin that you would take an enormous amount of your net worth, you've accumulated X amount of money over 75 years, and you said, I'm going all in on Bitcoin? That sounds outrageous. There has to be something about this asset. And that's when I started doing the research, and I realized that wealthy people, especially now with as much inflation is coming in, there's all these numbers coming out, and people are even on TV are starting to be like, the economy is at all-time highs, but like, how? And people are starting to just get a little bit nervous. There's all these different currencies coming out. We've got countries accumulating gold. And so people are saying, you put money into stuff that's not losing to inflation. Where are your options? And that's where the conversation around gold pops up. And Bitcoin is really starting to come up in that conversation. And for me, I had a choice. It was going to be, I'm putting my money in gold because I'm not going to put it all in stocks because that's dependent on the dollar. That just would be foolish. You have to have some diversity. And that's when Bitcoin really started to enter that conversation for me.
Okay. So when you say you're a Bitcoiner first, you mean?
Bitcoiner first, I mean that Bitcoin is the apex asset. There is no better asset if you're looking about what's going to hold value over time. The only comparison is gold, and it's been around for a long time, but it's inflationary still.
Okay, so clear something up for me because I'm a different generation than you, so I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
Sure.
So let's just talk real quick.
I really do. I like this. I like this setup. Right. We got the young guy and the old guy. Right. Or older guy. I won't say old guy. Right. I'm not gonna offend nobody. But excuse me. We got the young guy, young generation, the older generation. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here.
Quick about there's Bitcoin, then there's Ethereum,
Yes.
which are two actually different things.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Ethereum is more like a foundation. Am I right?
Yeah, I would say this. So Bitcoin's decentralized, dropped. It's proof of work, so you can't just print more of it. It's a lot of work to get more out there, and
Right.
all of the stuff that was going to be about Bitcoin was put out there ahead of time. Versus now we've got these other cryptos that saw Bitcoin and said we can take that and build something around it.
Right. So, for instance, Solana. I mean, you could pick a whole bunch of them, right?
Yep.
All these different names. You know, some days they get hot, other days they run away, and everyone's talking about
Sure.
it. The next day they crash. And so I don't really understand what all those coins do, and nor am I invested in.
Yeah.
I'm invested in Bitcoin. I'm invested in Ethereum. Bitcoin's a bigger part of the portfolio, and it's not even that big yet, right? I'm just getting my toes wet.
course.
But should investors or should these people listening to our conversation be really playing in Solana and all those other coins, or should they be focused, like you say, on Bitcoin because that's where they're going to get the bang for their buck?
When I was about 24, I was trying to make a lot of money really fast. And so I jumped into DeFi, I jumped into Solana, I tried to trade. And that's great. I found that there are two swaths of people. There are traders,
Yeah.
and there are people who know what they're doing. And then there's people who are kind of gambling and doing whatever random stuff. That's not the same thing. You have to decide if you're going to be a trader and play that game. If you're not, you got to be an investor.
Right.
And you got to decide what you're going to invest in. You got these things that are doing stuff, but they keep changing. We had Ethereum go from proof of work to proof of stake, which is an enormous change.
Which I don't, by the way, can you explain? I don't understand what that means, proof of work and proof of stake.
Yeah. So I'll keep it as high level as possible. Proof of work essentially makes it so that when a currency keeps getting rolled out, you have more Bitcoin coming into circulation, more Ethereum coming into circulation. Proof of work is created so that it's harder, takes longer, it's slower, and people made fun of it, and that's why Ethereum went to proof of stake, because how slow, what a dinosaur. But then after they moved to proof of stake, after about a year, people go, oh, wait a minute. That was on purpose. Satoshi Nakamoto had a plan. That was actually part of the plan was that it rolls out slow so that it can maintain value over time.
Okay.
If you have more circulation coming in and coming in and coming in, like proof of stake, where it's a lot easier, there's not really rules. People can change. You can vote now because, I have proof of stake. I have more Ethereum than you. My decision it means a lot more. It's not exactly decentralized the way Bitcoin has these nodes, and it doesn't matter if you hold more. It's still decentralized enough. You still
Right.
get 51% of all the nodes to agree on something. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
So that for me, that's the big difference, is that Bitcoin has something built into it that is special. Solana, Ethereum, these others might be cool. They might even be cool investments. They
Right.
might, and Wall Street might even stick their toes in and do something cool. But there's something with Bitcoin that says this is a store of wealth that can put into a different category.
So then talk to me real quick about the Trump coin.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
the Trump coin? It's just another
It's a meme
coin.
coin. Anyone
It's a meme
could have
coin.
made that one. Anyone
Right,
could have
okay.
made it. I could have made it.
Right.
And
Is
called
there
it cake.
value in the Trump coin? Only besides the fact that it's Trump.
Sure, no.
There's no-
Besides that, there's none. And,
Right.
and the problem is there's unlocks coming out every few months.
Right.
So all that's going to happen is it gets diluted. It's the best short opportunity of all time, probably.
Okay.
Now, it's a meme coin, so it could do whatever it wants. But
Right.
in terms of actual intrinsic value, there's nothing there but the
There's
name.
nothing there. There is intrinsic value in Bitcoin.
Sure. Yeah, that's how I think about it. Well, you have to think about it. For some reason, at 2025, all the people who invested have valued in this Bitcoin at $120,000 for for some reason. And every few years, more people find out about it, and it keeps rising. And so that typically, because you hear people say, "Oh, it's the dumber theory." You know, you sell to someone who's dumber. With Bitcoin, I understand that, but I think, and this feels awkward saying on like a traditional finance show, I think it's because the currency was based in fiat before, and I think you can say that. With Bitcoin, it's just different. It's not someone dumber buying it; it's someone smarter. They're realizing there's something here.
Yeah.
They just found out about it later.
Well, but I think also now it's gaining clearly much.
This young man has a fantastic mindset and is, you know, he knows what he's talking about. I love it.
More exposure, clarity. The SEC is now, you know, fully involved in it. More regulation around it, which was, I think, part of the problem. People felt it wasn't really regulated, so they didn't feel safe in it. I think now they're feeling better about it.
Probably.
And I think more people now, certainly now because you can trade it in ETF and all that stuff, is that people are getting a little bit more comfortable with it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's not risky.
Sure.
It could be anything, right? Because we've seen how it trades. But my sense is, and this is just me, my sense is that as it becomes more mainstream, it'll become more stable.
Maybe. My only there's two swaths of conversation here, right? And because I have so many of these conversations, I get to balance both, because I think both can be true at the same time a lot of times with the macro conversation. But you've got the traditional finance folks who probably have been buying Bitcoin a lot longer than they've been letting on. But from where they're at as a public figure, they can't exactly say that.
Right.
So my fear is they've been buying a lot longer, and they've known and they've understood.
Yeah.
Because what's weird is that all these people start to understand now because Wall Street threw more attention to it. Now you just understand it? It's like, is that really the case? Or can you trace back and look at history and say, oh, there's a ton of investors here from 2009, 2010, 2011, who we know today, who if I name dropped right here, you'd recognize their names, who are big-time investors in Ethereum, in these ICOs. So they've known exactly what's going on in crypto for 10 years now. And so I just don't believe it. I don't buy it when people are like, oh, now we're all getting it. I'm like, no. People have gotten it for a long time, but now they're publicly saying it.
All right, so hold that thought for a moment. We're going to take a break and come right back.
Sounds good.
I think that was interesting. I think that was pretty interesting. You know, I still didn't hear where they talked about the 4-year cycle being over, right? Still did not hear where they talked about the 4-year cycle being over. But, you know, Eric Trump predicts Bitcoin will skyrocket past $1 million.
Continues to expand and is attracting a whole lot of new players, from Wall Street's biggest firms, who were once, of course, doubters, to Eric and Donald Trump Jr., whose company's American Bitcoin has quickly become a force. Joining me now, American Bitcoin co-founder and chief strategy officer and Trump Organization Vice President, Executive Vice President, Eric Trump. Eric, I just want to start, you know, because one of the things you said in this New York Post article that leaps out at everyone is that America's financial future, that crypto is America's financial future. And I'm curious when you had this epiphany, because a lot of people have had the same epiphany along the way.
Yeah. Well, Charles, I had the epiphany. I think you saw it, and you probably reported on it better than anybody, when I got debanked by everyone. I mean, you know, Capital One sent me a letter in the middle of the night stripping 300 bank accounts from, you know, golf courses and hotels. You know our properties as well as anyway. For doing absolutely nothing wrong. And then all of a sudden I started meeting people in the crypto space, and I realized how brilliant they were. I realized how antiquated modern finance is. You know, Laura and I went out to buy a house, right? When we got financing, because the rates under my father were like 2.1%. It took me 120 days to get a mortgage from a bank that I had banked with literally for 25 years, right? Because they had to go through Know Your Customer. I'm saying they're saying, you know, this is crazy. Every single week, I'm chasing a swift wire transfer, you know, payment that's coming into one of the hotels or leaving one of the hotels. And if you don't send it by 4 o'clock on a Friday, it's not getting there until like Monday afternoon. And you're sitting there saying, why can I send hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin overseas instantly or receive it instantly? with virtually no fees. You know, Bitcoin's the way of the future. American Bitcoin, which is the company that I founded, I'm very, very proud of. I think it's going to be one of the great Bitcoin companies anywhere in the world. And clearly, there's no doubt in my mind, cryptocurrency is going to replace traditional finance, TradFi, you know, and it's happening so fast. I mean, cryptocurrency is literally outpacing, you know, the growth of the internet, you know, in the 90s, Charles. And I've never been so clear about something. I've never been able to see something so clearly in my life, and it's been a lot of fun to be a part of this.
You know, early on, folks who hit me to it, even though I didn't make the move quick enough, all pointed to the dollar, right? You talk about the financial system. That part of it, of course, you know, the weaponization of the banking system against its own citizens is one thing. You know, when we took Russia off the SWIFT network, you know, that changed a whole lot of things. There's been an abuse of the system, but a lot of focus is on the dollar. Obviously, it's in trouble. I guess the distinction is that all governments seem to have abused themselves, their debts, financial shenanigans, but it feels like that also is a crucial part of why crypto is coming to the rescue.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of stable coins, 100%. I mean, in terms of Bitcoin, Bitcoin is digital gold, just as better, right? I mean, There's a limited supply. You know, Charles, if gold ever goes to 10,000 bucks an ounce, you know, you and I will bust down the walls of the building you're in right now. We'll find gold in that concrete, right? You can always find more supply if the price goes up. And with Bitcoin, there will never be, you know, 21 million and one Bitcoin. There will be 21 million. So it's finite. Every family in the world wants it. Every Fortune 500 company is starting to custody it. You know, so it's gold, but you can actually transport it. You know, how do you cash out gold? You take it down to the local pawn shop and, you know, they melt it down. It's not practical. I mean, at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night while having, you know, dinner with your wife, you know, you can sell it. It's 24 hours. It has immediate liquidity. It's one of the greatest assets of our time. In terms of saving the dollar, there's no question. But in terms of, you know, stable coins is saving the dollar. Listen, I'm the first one to bash our system because I've been on the receiving end of it, but we are the best financial system anywhere in the world. Nobody wants to be on the euro. No one wants to be on any of the Asian currencies. No one wants to be on any of the South American currencies. Guess what everybody in the world wants? They want the US dollar because we've got the reserve currency of the world. You know, I mean, imagine if you were living in a country in Africa or in South America, right, and you have 1,000% inflation a year. The second you get your paycheck, congratulations, it's gone. You may as well burn that money. Now, all of a sudden, what you can do is you can immediately transfer into, call it USD1, which is our stable coin, you know, and you can be pegged exactly one-to-one with the US dollar on US Treasury. So you have got that security blanket. So when I always say that I think cryptocurrency saves the dollar and make sure it's a reserve currency indefinitely, it's the fact that we're going to attract trillions of dollars from all over the world and people who do not trust their governments, do not trust their financial systems, do not trust their banks, and want to hold U.S. denominated currency, which is what stablecoins do so well. So Bitcoin is the digital gold. I think it's the greatest asset of our time, going up 70% a year, year over year. And I think at American Bitcoin, we do it better than anybody. We're mining it at 50-cent dollar to obviously the cost of Bitcoin, which is about 114,000 bucks right now. But on the stablecoin side, I really do believe it ensures that the U.S. dollar remains the reserve currency of the world.
So you made headlines recently with a call, Bitcoin surpassing 1 million. You know, everyone gets giddy and excited about that, but I've seen targets much higher. So the question is, how soon and what exactly will it take to get it there?
Well, listen, I mean, the floodgates are opening, right? For the first time, Schwab is custodying, Bitcoin. Fidelity is custodying Bitcoin. You know, I'll never forget, I signed into a Fidelity account not too long ago. The first thing that pops up is this little icon. Would you like to create a Fidelity digital asset wallet? You know, and I said yes. I literally clicked yes on it, and all of a sudden you could buy Bitcoin on there. You look at what Chase is doing. You look at what all the major banks are doing, right? I mean, all of a sudden you're no longer trying to do, Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin using a ledger and using, DeFi. You can literally buy it through spot ETFs for the first time, and every bank is custodying it. I mean, we are on the 1 yard line of cryptocurrency, and we've got another whole field to run, as explosive as it's been. So I do think it hits $1 million eventually. I've never been more bullish on anything in my life. And listen, Charles, I was telling everybody to buy it when it was at 40,000, and here we sit at 115,000. Right. I'm more bullish on it today because of the legislation in this country, and because of how widely adopted it's been. And I can tell you, I talk to the biggest companies, the biggest families in the world, and every single one of them is racing to buy Bitcoin. So, American Bitcoin, I'm incredibly proud of, and I think it's gonna be one of the great companies in the country, in my opinion.
Eric, you've got a new book coming out soon, Under Siege, My Family's Fought.
Yeah. So, you know, we might, maybe we're not bullish enough. Maybe we're not bullish enough. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't fade link. That's right. I thought the live ended. Green fingers. No, bro. What's going on, man? Welcome back. The behavior of the live stream has still been odd for some reason. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's what it is, but for whatever it is, it's okay. You know, eventually, as soon as I get my BitFi account loaded up, this will be my trading session, basically. You know, I mean, every single day. At least every single day that I am able to trade for about 3 hours. I honestly want to go live a lot earlier in the day. Like I would love to be able to go live like early, you know, which I got to take into consideration other time zones. But my plan to go forward is, you know, these live streams are going to be, you know, basically my live trading sessions, you know, and I'll just document it and share it with you guys. But it'll be documenting my livelihood, basically, you know, because crypto trading is my livelihood. That's what it's gonna be, you know. So if you're down with that, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, or if you're watching the replay, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. And you know, again, I probably will edit this some, maybe. No green fingers, right? Deadwood, yeah. No, I'm still waiting. I didn't really transfer it until I put it off for a little bit. Okay, so look at that, man. $3,997, and she got rejected. Get above 4K ETH. I'll be right back. Let's go, man. 128K. Let's go. All right, you two. Look. Look. we we can't be having drama in the chat. Oh no. US seized more funds on top of the Cambodians. Oh. Man. Well, you know, they are racking up, man. The DOJ racking up on their Bitcoin holdings. Bro. They're about to make bank. Racking up on billions and billions and billions. Billions. Billions with a B. Arkham Intelligence. You know, it's crazy. Well, I mean, if ETH, if Ethereum, if we can hold 3,800, I mean, I would love to see us get above 4K, but if we could hold 3,800, that would be fantastic. Seriously. I feel like if we don't hold 3,800, 2,500 is coming quick. The U.S. has $36 billion in Bitcoin after seizing 122,000 Bitcoins. $36 billion in Bitcoin. Let's go. DOJ is racking up. Polymarket launches up-down equity markets, letting users bet on stock prices. You know, I am not even on Polymarket yet. I need to get on Polymarket. The one time I tried, I couldn't access their website. It was down or something. It would not load. But I would like to get on Polymarket. See, it's still new to me. But I've seen it. I've seen people using it, and I've watched videos, but I have not signed up for Polymarket. I probably shouldn't. The way I do like to gamble. I do like to gamble a bit. So I for sure Polymarket might be dangerous for me. I don't know, possibly. But Who knows? I might profit. Might profit nicely. Tiny Man 99. What's going on? What is going on? Hype. Hyperliquid. Alright guys, I am going to bounce out of here and hopefully see you guys, if not later tonight, see you guys in the morning. I'm still going to be tweaking some things out with my live streaming, since I did get a firewall notification, so I don't know, something's up. I'm going to have to figure that out. But overall, great stream. Great stream, man. Appreciate y'all. Hope you guys have a great... yeah, I had a firewall notification. Said my streaming software was... something wrong with my streaming software. Or it had blocked. My firewall had blocked something. So, that's obviously not good. That's the first time I've ever had that. So, I don't know. Something's weird. Something's not right. But we had a good stream, though. It's just, you know... Shouldn't take 3 hours, I don't think, for us to reach a few people. You know, I don't think. But great stream though. Got 20 likes and a new member. And you know, good stream. 48 votes on the poll. Alt season still coming. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.
Wow, this is incredible. Driving through the future.